Hey guys, today I'll be answering this question of is avoidance good for you? And avoidance here is I'm talking about maladaptive daydreamers because one of the key elements, one of the key ingredients for most daydreamers is avoidance. Like you may be wanting to do something, let's say to apply for a job in real life, but you know that maybe it will need an interview, it will need for you to do an assessment and all those things. But what happens is you're like, let me just go and daydream for a few minutes. Let me avoid this. Or you are about to have this conversation with your mom, but you're like, I don't like this conversation, let me daydream. Or you're about to meet that friend. You're like, let me just avoid it. So is it really good for you? Actually, avoidance in is very, very interesting. It's good for you in some sense. It's good for you because you are avoiding doing that thing because you know it's painful. So because you are avoiding it, you are keeping yourself safe. And that's how addiction develops. Addiction develops from prolonged avoidance. So when you avoid dealing with the pain by doing something else which is pleasurable, of course, like daydreaming can be a bit pleasurable, especially when you are having good scenarios or cool characters. It can be pleasurable. So when you are using something to escape the pain, of course, that avoidance is good for you. It's really good. You can really escape everything, responsibility and all those things. In that moment you are doing it, it's really, really good. But what happens is it gets to the point where it's not good anymore because all those things you are avoiding will end up biting you in your back. It will end up catching up with you because all those things you are avoiding are piling up. Or it's piling up like the trash in your house. If you don't clean the house, yes, let's say if you are just using an air freshener every day instead of cleaning the house, of course, the initial moment you're using the air freshener, the house will be smelling nice, smelling nice, smelling nice, smelling nice. But it will get to the point where the smell will be so pungent to the point where you cannot even use an air freshener to put the smell down. That's the same thing with daydreaming. It will get to the point where you cannot control the daydreaming. It becomes addictive and you just feel that is the only way out in life. So initially when you are avoiding things, it's perfect. But as you keep avoiding them, those things you are avoiding will come and take control of your life. And now you, the authentic you, will lose control. That's where now addiction arises. So any kind of addiction starts with avoidance. So the more you avoid, the more that thing you are using to avoid as an avoidance strategy is having a lot of powers, taking more power in your life. The point where now daydreaming controls you and you're not controlling the daydreaming. So avoidance will help you in the initially, but in the end it doesn't matter. You will get addicted and you will lose control to the point where you will not now want to avoid, you will want to face it. So instead of pushing those things aside, deal with them as they come. That's how life is. If you are able to deal with your stuff, let's say if I'm feeling sad and I cry now, after a few minutes, just like a kid can cry, after a few minutes they're away from forgetting about the crying, they're moving on with their lives. Same thing with us. If we just feel the emotions, feel the pain, you will really live an easy life, a more peaceful life, because you are not carrying things or piling things up, piling emotional baggage, carrying a lot of anger and resentment towards things. You just be dropping them off. But if you don't really deal with them by avoiding, yes, you will feel better initially, but at the end of the day, you are entering the world of suffering, and that's the world of addiction. Hope you found that informative, guys. Stop avoiding these things. Face them now, not tomorrow, not next week. Face them now, and you will actually realize that all along, these things are not so hard. This life is not that hard. We just make things hard because we have gotten used to it or we have put it in our minds. Until next time, guys, have a nice day.